Hey guys, welcome back to the Hairdryer treatment with me, KC. We're in the studio once again with Kishan, my co-host, Baraboom's Liverpool, Xiao Mark II, and Anadi, who's been on the show before. She's just returning now for the first time since we got the studio to do our video shoots now. So welcome back to this episode, to this Game Week preview. Before we get started, I would like to get you guys to like, subscribe, and share this video around. The growth for this channel has been pretty amazing for the last couple of weeks. So we really appreciate the support, and we would like to grow a bit more to give more premium content to you guys. So thank you for your support. And before we get started with the first game this week, let's just take a look at the Premier League table at the moment. As you can see, Liverpool right at the top of the league. Calm down. 33 points at the top. United close behind, 33 points as well.
With a game in hand.
With a game in hand, of course, which is going to be played this game week, of course, against Burnley. And then the chasing pack, we have Leicester, Tottenham, Man Utd. And the funny thing is, the fans actually came up with another table for us to look at, which is a bit more accurate. I think it's a thing to mock the United fans who've been saying we are joint top with Liverpool. Of course, you can see joint top Manchester United and Liverpool, and then we got the chasing pack.
I have an argument for that, we're being mocked for joint top. Yeah. When they were behind Spurs, but they were joint top. They kept saying joint top as well.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Why are you making
fun? It's just a United thing. Yeah. It's just a United thing.
No, it makes sense.
Us against the world kind of mentality. Defense. Anyway, let's go to the first game of this game week. I keep forgetting the game week.
Game week 18 part 1.
Game week 18 part 1, of course, it's not a full game week this week. It's going to be half-half, sort of. We're going to get more games next week. Next week will be double game week for the Premier League. So the first game, as you guys can probably see on screen, Manchester United versus Burnley at Turf Moor. I think the logos have been messed up, but it's fine. We're playing at Turf Moor, obviously, away to Burnley. But Kishan, let's get started with you, United fan. What do you think you can do with this game? Of course, our game in hand.
Okay, yeah, this is our game in hand. The game is supposed to play when the league started. Our away form this season has been fantastic. Apart from that one draw, which was against Leicester. Felt like we should have won that game. If Maguire or Shaw turned up for that game, 2-1. We'll be 2 points ahead of Liverpool at this moment.
Ifs and buts.
It's the what-if situation, yeah. But, I mean, it's in the past now. We drew. Got to move on. Look at the next game. We're playing Burnley now. Our past 3 games at Turf Moor, we have won all 3 games.
Speaking on that,
with a clean sheet, actually.
Let's just quickly go into our form at the moment. Manchester United's last 5 games.
4 wins and 1 draw.
4 wins and 1 draw. That's a pretty incredible
stat. Should
have
been 5 wins, though.
Should have been 5 wins. Should have been 5 wins. But unfortunately not. Draw against Leicester kind of messes up that thing. What do you think, Bara? United against Burnley, is this where United take the top spot for the first time in God knows how many years?
Yeah, I think they should beat them. Burnley haven't been very strong. United on a roll. I won't lie. They're on form. They're playing well. Getting the decisions, getting the points. It's the opportunity to go top before the big one next week. It's quite stupid to slip up now.
Definitely.
Liverpool itself should have been here for this. I can see the pain in your eyes.
Losing the side, is it?
Yeah, the fact that United can go top, it's because of Liverpool's failures to take so much of points recently. But the table never lies. We should win it. 3 points ahead of Liverpool. Then we can go on to next week.
Nadi, of course, Arsenal. Being an Arsenal fan, one of the only teams this season one of the 3 teams this season that beat us. Did you ever see this happening? Did you ever see United being this close of challengers to Liverpool? Just a game in hand.
Maybe 3 weeks ago, no. But with how unpredictable the season is, I have had to deal with us talking about Spurs being title challengers, so Man Utd being title challengers is nothing to me. But it's for me, from an Arsenal point of view, I'm just having to choose which one I prefer, and I hate all of them.
So, which is the best out of the worst?
I've already seen how Liverpool fans could be after they win title. I'll take that. Without winning anything,
one in your house.
Without winning anything for so many years, United fans are still as noisy as ever. So
we will always. We've been quieted down for the last few years. I think mainly on my part, maybe.
I think United deserve this hype. They've been playing well these last few weeks. They should go into this game and get a convincing win.
Of course, coming off that, one of the main catalysts of us even getting where we are right now, nobody can understate his importance. Bruno Fernandes. People call him Bruno Fernandes, and I get it. He's our penalty taker.
We actually signed after that Burnley game last season, the 2-0 victory.
Exactly. So I get it. He's our main penalty taker. He's gonna have a sizable number of penalties and goal involvements regarding that. So you can't. But you see, if you're a fan of football and you watch United games, you see the things he brings to the United side.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, he
He tried to
off
create.
the pitch, he's a leader. On the pitch, he's
a leader
also
as
a
well.
leader.
Yeah.
He's always shouting. You see him after a defeat. You see his face. He's pissed. He wants to go at someone. You know, even that. I think there was a clip. I think you guys would have seen also. I think last year against Sevilla when we lost.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He was going ballistic against Lindelof.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
kind of thing which a lot of sides need, and I think United have finally got that in at least one player.
One player, yeah.
And that has really been the catalyst for us for this
I mean,
season.
United are like one Fernandes injury away from falling back down.
From falling back down?
Yeah, because the amount
He's
of
very
impact he has
influential.
brought, yeah, is very, very huge for the club right now.
So, okay, moving to the other side of the coin, Burnley, do you think they can pose us any trouble in this game? In
This game,
in particular?
current form, I don't think so. As in, if you look at the season as a whole, because I think if you look at them, 4 wins, 4 draws, 7 losses.
Yep.
Scored only 9, considered 20.
Leaky at the back, not
Leaky
scoring
at the back.
enough.
Yeah.
I think they have shown up a bit recently because I think people like Ben Mee came back. You know, Ben Mee-Tarkowski partnership has been serving them well for the past 2 to 3 seasons. Going forward wise, they're not as good. I know Ashley Barnes came back recently, trying to find his form and stuff like that. Same thing, they have to maintain the high ball tactic.
I mean,
Set
always
pieces.
tricky place to go, but not as tricky as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, this season especially.
This season especially, yeah. But it's always hard against Burnley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if United can keep their defense in shape, then
Yeah.
We
We
need
they
to
don't
be
face any
we
problems.
need to be
at all.
disciplined. And you know, I was telling you before the show, right? Why I actually wanted United to lose against City in the Carabao Cup. One reason only. If we keep winning, right, we'll get 2 carried away. Paris 2.0 might happen again. That's why when we lost to City, I know we will be more grounded. So she'll be like, hey, look, we still got a league. Let's go for that instead.
And hey, look, more importantly, set pieces.
Set pieces.
Burnley set pieces.
Yeah.
City set pieces.
It kind of showed our
highlighted
flaws.
the flaws, yeah.
So we have to correct them to move forward.
Exactly. So moving forward with our show, predictions. Nadia, do you want to kick us off with your predictions for this game?
I think Man U will get a convincing 4-1 win.
4-1 win for Man U. Okay. Bara?
3-1 United.
3-1 United. Okay, for myself, I will predict 2-1. I feel like it will be a 2-0 and then 1-0 towards the 80th minute and then squeaky bum time.
For me, I think it's going to be a 2-0 victory. Get the goals early, rest the place for the big one next weekend.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on to our next game, we have Sheffield United versus Newcastle United.
Oh, shit game of the week.
Shit
actually.
game of the week. I haven't designed a graphic for that, but I'll get to that soon. Shit game of the week will be a category for us in every preview. Sheffield United, Newcastle, not much to really look at, but let's look at the main point. Chris Wilder, his side, no wins.
15 losses.
15 losses, 2 draws. Do you think it's time to go?
Should be, but he's been with them for a while, brought them up. I guess maybe they'll keep faith with him.
He's a Sheffield man, actually. It's a local.
So you see why it works that they won't sack him. Maybe they'll keep him to the end of the season, how bad it goes. And then it really depends on whether he wants to walk away, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if they're horrendous, I don't see him rebuilding his size. Like Eddie Howe, who was with Bournemouth for so long and then he went down and after a while he left because you know it's the end of your era. So could be the end for him. But we'll see till the end of the season.
But what is not clicking for Sheffield at the moment?
Players like Brewster, I think. Like they made a statement signing 25 million, I think. 23.5 million range. Youngster from Liverpool.
Right.
Performed when he played for Liverpool.
I mean, I wouldn't even say perform when he played for Liverpool because he wasn't getting a lot of minutes. Not say he come in and score like 5 goals at the back end of last season. To buy someone like that for your second season in the league, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
Not exactly who you want to buy. You want someone with a bit more Premiership experience to propel you forward. You finished what? 7 or 8? You finished quite high last
Top
year.
10.
Yeah,
Top
top
10.
9th, I think.
Yeah, buy someone that you know
Can keep you in
can
the league.
keep you in the league, not someone who's finding his feet.
Yeah.
I see where they were trying, because, okay, I see what the Brewster signing was for what it was. It was because
They tried
they
to change
needed a
their
different
approach, right?
profile
Yeah.
of a player. He's a pacey forward. and also he's an upcoming talent. And Sheffield's team is packed with experience. This bunch have been together for a while.
Yeah, for a while, but all of them have only played one season of Premier League football.
Correct, yeah.
True.
And it's showing now.
I think they brought in Brewster because I don't think they also expected themselves to be this poor this
poor,
season.
yeah.
You know, if you buy a Brewster to complement the team you already had last season, then it's a good buy. You know, but then I think they need him to do more now because they're not scoring in front and it's just too much pressure on him.
Yeah. So going to the flip side, Newcastle. Don't want to linger too much on this. Steve Bruce,
Old United boy.
Old United boy. Form-wise, not that great. I think
Okay, form-wise not that great, but he's performing as expected to what you get from the Newcastle squad. You're not overperforming, you're not underperforming.
Yeah.
So he's doing the job he's meant to, that team is meant to do. So I don't think we should be too
critical of him.
critical of him. Of course, we shouldn't be praising him too much as well, because you don't really.
I mean, they bought a fair few players.
Callum
They
Wilson.
Yeah, Fraser.
Fraser,
They should
that
be doing,
connection.
they should be doing a bit better for the amount of investment.
Yeah.
But like what you said, not underperforming. So let's not give in too much.
You shouldn't praise him either, because you don't praise a postman for sending
For
you
sending a mail.
Yeah,
Correct,
yeah.
yeah.
So, you know what? I think we should wrap up in terms of this game. Sheffield United against Newcastle. My prediction's 1-1. No wins for Sheffield yet.
I'm going to go and say Sheffield might finally get a win, this time 1-0. Hopefully, I mean, once they get a win, you can see more wins coming
Yeah,
up.
you should see something.
Bara?
2-0 Newcastle.
2-0 Newcastle.
And 2-1 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle. So 2
So-
Newcastle wins,
Yeah.
1 Sheffield and 1 draw.
So it
Fair
sounds like
enough.
a boring game, actually.
Yes.
Like I said, shit game of the week. So next game, quickly going on to Wolves versus Everton. Two teams that are pretty much in the same boat, I would say. Not very far off. Maybe Everton slightly edging it in terms of form. Liverpool, Xiao, Mark 2. What do you think with Everton?
I'll find a name for you soon.
I don't know, both very good teams this season. I mean, nice teams to watch. Everton have been a lot more expensive this season with their purchases and all.
Right.
Good run for 4 wins.
4 wins.
Yeah,
Their defeat in the last game.
their last
against
game.
West Ham.
Yeah, like festive hangover issues, I guess, because it was both sides played like shit.
And even, like you mentioned just now, we had a live sort of thing, FA Cup going on right now.
they won 2-1.
They are currently.
No, they won 2-1.
Oh, they
Full
won
time.
2-1, yeah, but they went into extra
went into
time
extra
with
time,
Rotterdam,
so-
so they're not hitting form exactly after the festives. And Wolves, well, if not for Jimenez, they would be much better. But they're doing well, still getting some points on board. Very equal sides now, I feel, talent-wise and form-wise. Maybe just Everton pipping them a bit.
They're 7 points ahead of Wolves at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, table-wise,
Table-wise,
one side, but based on what we remember, what we've been talking about, Wolves have not been so horrible after Jimenez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lack of sharpness in front, but they got players stepping out, Neto, Foden, so Everton, though they won their 4 games, it was not impressive. Calvert-Lewin was not scoring goals. They're getting Sigurdsson penalty against Chelsea, 1-0, 1-0.
Yeah.
Only Leicester was a bit more convincing. Everton don't look that solid to hit Wolves.
Yeah.
I'm going to say draw game, very equal, very balanced.
Before we hit that, I want to come to you and ask, what is your view on Dominic Calvert-Lewin? He started the season very well, of course, scoring a lot of goals. Kind of faded off in the last 5-6 games.
Seems like a normal case for all English players in the league.
You could, yeah.
But
Phases.
I think Ancelotti's still trying to figure out what is the team that really works for him, midfield-wise. So I think Calvert-Lewin has been asked to do a lot more than just score goals. So I think maybe that's why he's been blanking, because I know he's also getting a few assists here and there while he doesn't score.
Yeah, he does.
His assist has not been that great, though. It's just like that lucky pass.
He's
and
always
then,
that lucky
Like
pass.
Bara puts it, I think FPL assist.
Yeah,
The
correct.
FPL assist.
SPL assist, correct. But he gets himself in those positions. I think it's just they need to be more consistent. They need like James Rodriguez to really step up. All the Richarlison is so on and off.
Which
Some days I think he's actually worth the hype he gets, and then the next day I'm thinking he's like a fraud. Like last week against West Ham, that was maybe festive hangover, but for professional footballers that was a
That
shit
shouldn't be the
show,
case.
That shouldn't be the case, yeah.
Yeah.
You're being paid so much to perform week in, week out, you should do that.
Yeah, but for both teams, I think, for both team Wolves and Everton, I think they have the same problem. Like in front, it's not sharp enough, and then at the back, they're very leaky also.
Yeah.
Do you think at the moment they have an identity crisis? They can't find what is ticking for
Everton
them?
or Wolves?
For both.
Yeah, because losing Jimenez has shaken up the whole system.
System, yeah.
And Everton are still finding their identity. They're high there because Calvert-Lewin was performing very early on in the season.
Yeah.
They were getting some wins. Even we thought, wow, could Everton challenge for the title? You know, I mean, and then end of the day, they did have their slump. So they don't exactly know their best team. You're just getting your results. You see now there's no Calvert-Lewin on his form. What's he going to do?
Correct.
Where is he going to get his goals from? Because like what you said, Richarlison one day hot, one day cold.
Yeah.
James needs someone. Jack Tosun is not good enough to play up front for Carlo Ancelotti's side.
Correct.
Yeah, you know, so it's a bit hard. On paper, Everton are better.
Yeah.
But your identity crisis statement makes a lot of sense. Which is why I say they're much closer than what the table shows. 7 points, but there are so many more things that they are much more like.
Yeah.
So let's get into predictions for this game. Wolves versus Everton at the Molineux.
Right.
Kishan, do you want to start us off?
I'm going to go with a draw, a 1-1 draw. I don't see any of these teams coming off with a win. I think they both should be invested in the FA Cup journey. We just know that Everton managed a 2-1 victory over Rotherham. Not sure who Wolves is playing, but I think they would rested players.
Beat Palace yesterday, right?
Oh yeah, Wolves beat Palace yesterday.
Yeah, so both through.
Both are true.
Yeah.
And it could be incentive for them to go out and win this game, but I think both should be tied. No, they both go out and tie each other up 1-1.
Adi?
I'm going 2-2. I think because Wolves are home, they might not lose just for that reason. Yeah.
High scoring game as well. Bara?
1-1.
1-1 as well. I will go for I was thinking about this before the game, and I think I went for an Everton win. Was it 2-1, I think. So I'll go for an Everton 2-1. Yeah, so those are our predictions for that game. Going straight into the next one, Manchester City versus Brighton at the Etihad Stadium. A lot of people say this is a walkover game. I personally don't feel that it will be. Many games this season are not really turning out to be walkovers for even the big clubs. But Liverpool has gone through that, United has gone through that.
The games
City has
are
gone through that.
faster and they are more tighter now.
Yeah, so Kishan, Man City, Brighton, high scoring,
No.
thrashing.
No, I don't see a thrashing. I don't see a win for Man City as well.
Why?
At this moment, because Man City, once they hit a certain kind of form, right, you know, when they're winning like few in a row, they were start to get overconfident. We've seen that against West Brom, which I thought will end 1-1. Ended 1-1.
You predicted a 1-1,
I
right?
predicted 1-1.
West Brom, right?
West Brom.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go out and say my prediction here. I'm going to sense another 1-1 here.
Okay.
I think City would go in front, but they would stop. They would try to, you know, like get a bit overconfident, try new stuff in the front. Pep always like to experiment with his squad. And Brighton, if they were to be a bit more disciplined at the back, have your Welbeck, your Trossard to no counter this team.
Is Welbeck fit?
Doubtful.
He came into the Brighton team and I think the first week he scored even.
He scored. He outperformed most of the strikers.
He outperformed Neil Maupay and I think Connolly.
Connolly, yeah.
Connolly as
you
well.
see,
So
you have people like Connolly, you have Maupay who are pacey, who can break that last line of defense, beat the offside trap to.
They can score. They scored last Wolves, right?
3-3.
3-3.
3-3, yeah.
Super game.
They have players to counter attack.
And you're seeing this, right? They scored 21 goals. They
score goals. They just
score
concede.
goals.
Among the bottom 5 or 6 teams, they are the highest scoring team in the bottom 6.
Yeah, the only team to hit more than 20 goals actually.
So 20. That's I'm pretty surprised at that. 21 goals, but the thing
You
is
consider 28
goals conceded.
Yeah.
It speaks from their last week's game. 3-3,
Yeah.
If you're disciplined at the back, you play a counter-attacking football. I know it's not the best kind of football, but it's a football that will win smaller team games.
So for me, City, I don't think it's going to be a walkover, but I still do think that they have hit a certain form. I still think that they know they have to do some work to really, get back into the top where they belong, because it was supposed to be a Liverpool-Man City thing. And I still do believe they will be up there. I still do believe that they are the closest challengers to Liverpool's title. United being the dark horses of this trio. So I think they will win. I think I'll go straight into my predictions as well. 2-0. 2-0 to City. A win for him. Bara?
2-0 City. They've been on form. They got their system working a bit. Ruben Dias, Stones finding their feet. De Bruyne back on form. I think we had a conversation about this. The Fulham game, they went there, they got their 2 early goals.
Then they just
walked through the game practically. You know, it was boring to watch after that. I guess they will do that, and it helps that they beat United in the Carling Cup. You know, whatever it is, it's a derby. It's always nice to get one over. Yeah, momentum. You get one over your up and coming rivals. Not say United who are not doing well. The United side who are coming up.
If you watch the game, actually, this is just a side note, the semi-final, it was a surprisingly even game. It was 2 moments in terms of laps and set
pieces
that really cost us. And like our finishing has been throughout the season not consistent enough. So that really downplayed us. And I was surprised to see. That's why I wasn't very upset when we got knocked out, because I saw that
you were trying.
Whole shit. Like from last season, we are actually.
The gap is lesser now. It's closer.
So
you know?
It's good progress, and I think that's either way. I think City is going to get the win. Nadi, what's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm going City 3-1.
3-1 win for City. 3-1. Okay, fair enough. That could very well be the case. Their defense was solid, but they are.
Yeah, I think it's like
errors.
a 1-1 at halftime, and then second half they get the
just
goals,
walk over. Yeah. So that's our preview for Man City versus Brighton. Moving on to our second last game of the game week, we have Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, this game might not actually go through because, of course, there's a COVID outbreak at the club at the moment. Under 23s played against Liverpool yesterday in the FA Cup fixture. Liverpool, I think, winning that 4-1, if I'm not wrong. But that's a very sad thing because I actually enjoy watching Aston Villa. They are a very solid team this season. They seem to have found a good blend of offensive players. Traore, Grealish has always been there. Traore, El Ghazi, McGinn, Barkley. So they have something going, and I think everyone in the league can see how Spurs plays. Mourinho has them playing in a very standard sort of way. Every club he goes to, I've seen this from United when he was managing United. Chelsea, I've seen this from Chelsea when he came back. Even Real Madrid. All this is standard Jose Mourinho blueprint, and I think managers are starting to see it. It's just whether they can stop it. The Kane-Son combo. So
I think once if you put a player like McGinn to man mark one of these two, right, Kane or Son, right, you can win the game.
If you stop the connection, I think that was a conversation we were having earlier. We stop the connection between Kane and Son because that is their only offensive output.
Right now.
If you look at it, maybe their fullbacks get in on the act.
Douglas Lewis.
And the thing is, Villa have runners. People who will not leave Son and Kane alone for too long.
They're all very hardworking players. So they'll just be running around for 90 minutes. I saw that they lead Spurs. Halftime, Son was on his knees panting, so he was tired because Leeds made them work. So if Villa do the same thing, and they have more sharper players, I think.
Definitely,
Grealish and all way qualities above Leeds players. They can actually get a win out of this. If they stop them early.
You have quality wing backs who can send in the balls. Your Matt Target and Matty Cash. Defense is a bit solid. I just mentioned it too. You have your Tyrone Mings, and I think Konsa. There's Connie House as well. So
and they have Martinez, who's one
of the best
now.
goalkeepers at the moment.
So they have a good setup from front to back. It's about finding that consistency when they play against the teams that are the traditional top 6, the top 7. So if they can get if this game goes on, of course, and if they can get a result, I think it will be a very. I think for me this is the best, most entertaining game this game week. So going straight to predictions for me, I think Aston Villa. If they play a full squad against a full squad Tottenham, I believe they can get away with a 2-1 win. I believe they can do something like that. If Jose Mourinho does the whole 1-0 and then sit back. And then Aston Villa just piles on them. So, Bara, what's your...
If Villa defend well enough and don't concede first, 1-0 Villa, because they are better going forward.
Definitely.
Yeah, they have much more creative players like Grealish and... McGinn, like we said, it's not just pump the ball to Son runs, cross to Kane, goal. So, but they need to defend. They cannot concede first, if not like what you said, Mourinho's blueprint, very hard to break. 1-0 Villa.
I'm going to go with 3-1 Villa. I think they have enough to win the game. They have enough firepower to put a lot of goals in the opposition net. You have Watkins, who should be hungry to score goals. I think he has been on a dry run for the past few games. Keep missing chances and all that. So, New Year, start giving back to the club that brought you from the championship,
So 3-1?
3-1, yeah.
Adi?
I'm going to go same in KC, 2-1 for me.
2-1 for Aston. So no one predicting Spurs
win because
I think Spurs have been found out.
The whole Aston Villa squad missed one game. There's a lot more. They're fresh. They're fresh as fuck.
So if they play,
Spurs had to play a semi-final. and then they have to play the FA Cup before this game.
Correct.
It's going to hurt them a bit.
So yeah, so that's our predictions for Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur. Moving on to the final game of this game week, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Of course, we got a Guna in the panel today, so we're going to come straight to her at the Emirates Stadium. What do you think about this game?
Looking forward to it because I think this might be one of our first few challenges, like proper challenges. I think when we played Brighton, we weren't that convincing, but we got the win. And it's always happy to get a 1-0 win against a team like Brighton. West Brom, we were great. Maybe it is because of the snow, but we played good football.
4-0?
4-0, yeah. The youngsters played well, so that's something to look forward to. But Palace is going to be hard.
Speaking of youngsters, by the way, coming straight to that, Emil Smith-Rowe.
Yeah, he brings something really, really new that we've missed,
Actually, I don't know if you remember, but when you came onto the show, the other time when we were previewing Arsenal versus United, I did mention
Emil Smith.
No, bin your old players, start playing your youngsters. You might see a lot of results.
And to be honest, Arteta did that, fair play to him. And that brought a lot of fans back on his side because he was losing fans.
I think at the start he did try it from the start, I think, but then he tried players like Joe Willock and everything, it just wasn't working.
Yeah, I mean,
it took him a while to eventually play Emil Smith.
Yeah,
but I think he and Saka have just been great so far. So I think we can win this game. I think we should win this game because we have got a few good run of games. But Palace is not going to be easy. Zaha loves to turn up against Arsenal, And then they've got Eze, they got Benteke. Benteke can challenge us in the air, which we are absolutely shit at defending.
Speaking about Benteke, has been scoring quite recently also.
He has found his scoring touch. But speaking of Wilfred Zaha, like you mentioned, Zaha loves to come up against the big sides. Supposed to have signed for Arsenal, I think season ago, maybe. I think they were very close, but it ultimately fell through. And then Zaha had to continue with Crystal Palace. What do you think Zaha can do this game against an Arsenal defense that is not entirely convincing? I'm not even sure, is Leno fit?
I think he is.
So it won't be Randerson again?
Oh, God, no. I hope not.
Palace are going to play on the counter. So Zaha, Eze, they're going to be very important today, on the game week. I just think Arsenal have a bit more in them. It's basically because of their resurgence in form. And because Palace have not woken up from their 7-0. It's hit them a bit hard. Their form is a bit off. But playing against Palace is always hard, whether it's at home or not,
It's hard to predict which Palace is going to turn up against you.
That's the thing, yes, exactly. It's very hard.
They did get a W in their last game.
Yeah. But that was against Sheffield.
Against Sheffield, even that, the mood in the camp changes after a couple of losses.
They got a very early goal
then
also, right?
You'll be like, come on guys, let's hop on this platform and push on. So going straight into predictions, I'll come to you last, Nadia. I'll go for an Arsenal win 2-0 at home.
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal.
I think momentum should take Arsenal across the finishing line for this, but will not be a convincing game. I think 1-0 to Arsenal.
1-0 to Arsenal. Nadia?
I don't think it'll be a convincing one, but 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Standard. Pretty clean sheet as well.
Yeah.
So if Arsenal manage to keep a clean sheet, I think that'll be very good for their momentum and their confidence and all that as well. So those are our predictions for the final game, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. And that will be the end of the game week. Of course, it's like I mentioned earlier, it's the blank game week, as we know in FPL, where we don't have some teams playing. Like you notice we left out Chelsea and the likes of Liverpool and all that. They're not playing this week, but they will be playing in the double game week next. In the next preview, there will be a bunch of new games and more games than usual. So do stick with us. Do stay tuned to the Hairdryer treatment as we bring you this content. And like I mentioned earlier, we appreciate the support. Do like, do subscribe, and do share around the videos with your Premier League loving friends, family, and help us grow even more. The growth has been amazing the last few weeks. Let's keep it going. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys next week.